Hey there, beautiful humans. How are you doing today? I'm excited to be here with you to talk about something we get a little squeamish and squirmy about. It is, where's the money, honey? How to zap resistance and take control of your finances so you can manifest your creative vision. Whatever creative vision you have, whether that is to create a career inside an organization and create the perfect position for you, or create the project, lead a project at work, whether your creative vision is to launch a business, scale your business, or put yourself out there as an author or a musician or an artist, whatever it is your creative vision that you want to manifest this year, well, you're going to need some finances to do that. And managing our finances, talking about money, well, this is something that typically makes people kind of squeamish. And for good reason, right? We were raised, right? We come into adulthood and we're raised with a lot of varying beliefs and lots of limiting beliefs around money. And it can feel hard, it can feel sticky. And when we really want something and we know potentially that this could be our purpose and that could be really big and really impactful, we want to flow that money into that project, into that business, into that career, because we know of that potential. But what happens when before we get to a place of, abundance and a place of flow, we tend to go through a period of real turmoil. Well, we sort ourselves out about how to make the money flow. So if that's you, then say hello, welcome. You're going to enjoy our discussion today. It's going to get spiritual and it's going to be pragmatic. Okay, and at the end of this workshop today, I'm actually going to send you to a link. I'm going to talk about this later. It's a little bit of a surprise, but I'm going to send you to a link. It's going to be well worth your time to check this out and apply, because if you've been struggling with your finances and your money blocks, this is the surefire way to help you sort that out. But before we get there, let's first just talk about the three kind of mistakes. The three, mistakes, the three kind of personalities, essences that show up, that I see showing up quite often, that aren't really like a place of growth for investing and creating a business or a creative vision from. And I encounter, these essences all over the place, right? Not just in my own work, but just out with friends or with other humans in the workplace back in the day when I was in a workplace. And I encounter these essences, and I see it come up a lot, especially when people are thinking about investing in themselves. And highly sensitive and empathic people are kind of chronic underinvestors in themselves for a number of reasons. And I'm going to talk about kind of the three ways, or like the three essences, the three characteristics that I see people falling into very often, that you want to assess about yourself and then figure out how to shift. And I'm going to help you figure out how to shift. So the three, you guys see this? Okay, let's start with number one, the I don't know her. Okay, so when it comes to investing in oneself, investing in one's business, there will come a point in time where you need to make a decision, right? You need to put that investment into yourself, into the soul work, into your business. And what I see come up a lot is people don't see the money in their bank account right now. And they go, well, I don't have the money and I don't know how to get it. And that's the end. And this means that, a year later, come back to that conversation and that person is still in that position of like, well, I don't see the money in my bank account. I don't know how to get it. I don't know how to make it. And that's the end of the story. That's it. Like, there's just nothing more. They stop at I don't know. I don't know how to make it. I don't know how to get it. And that's the end. Okay, so that's one essence that I encounter. The second essence is the permission seeker. Now, the permission seeker is something that I see a lot of, especially among women, highly sensitive women that I work with. And what this looks like is somebody wants to invest in themselves in a program. Let's say it's a soul based program, right? And because soul work isn't traditionally seen as like related to business or related to making money, it totally is. But because it's traditionally not seen that way, there can be some hesitation. And what I see happening is a lot of women want to invest in themselves and they go to have a conversation with their husband. They feel like they need to get permission from their husband to invest in themselves. And they approach that conversation with permission seeking. Honey, please, can I have this money? Can I use our money this way to invest in myself or take this program or whatever? And because husband or wife, maybe it's your wife, maybe it's your husband, it's doesn't know the context and doesn't actually, have the same mindset as you, doesn't have the same sensitivity, empathhood, highly sensitiveness as you, and doesn't even really have context for what your vision is. They look at the dollars and they look at, oh my gosh, just transactional, A minus B equals C. And a lot of times, because they have no context, they have no idea what really your vision is about, they'll often have a no, right? A no answer. And I see a lot of women, get into conversations with their husbands, permission seeking, honey, please, can I spend this money? They get a no. And then they take on the fear and the shame of that. And then they don't go any further. It's like they almost like drop their vision or pull back completely, pull into themselves and stop moving forward. The third essence that I see is the won't do thater. The won't do thater is somebody who, has a certain vision in mind, wants to create a business or has a certain vision about their artistry or creative vision. And in order to get it off the ground and have it be sustainable, maybe some other income streams are needed in order to like help assist that other and bloom that other thing into the world first, or while somebody is doing something else. But there's an attitude of won't do that. Well, I don't want to do this other thing that might bring money in because it's not exactly my vision, or I don't want to get caught up in this and then have to sacrifice this other thing that I really want to do. And there's like this attitude of won't do that. Just don't make me do these other things. Don't make me look at these other things. I don't want to do these things. And it's almost like a scarcity mentality around the ability to pull in resources from multiple angles in order to support a bigger vision long term. So these are the three essences that I encounter a lot. And let me know in the comments if you're willing to admit, have you at some time or another been operating from one or more of these essences? And I call them essences because they're changeable, right? This is not a personality type. This is because you might start out as an I don't knower, or at one time or another, you may have been a permission seeker, or, a won't do that, or that's not a fixed thing about you. That is a stage that you might move through. So that's why I call it an essence. But what do all of these have in common? All of these have in common something about being over-identified with the vision and the pain. Now, let me explain. When we are over-identified with our vision, it means that we are don't have a certain separation from it that allows us to be a little bit more objective. When we're over-identified with the pain of taking action, of being flexible, of going with what needs to be done, when we're over-identified with the pain of that, then we don't have that little bit of separation that makes us objective to be able to take the steps, the necessary steps in this moment to do what needs to be done. Here is a little bit bigger of a spiritual aspect to this. And that is when you're over identified with your vision, the human side of you is really too enmeshed with it being solely your vision, instead of a gift from the divine for you to nourish and take care of. This is a really big spiritual concept. And depending on where you are in your spiritual journey, you may or may not agree with me on this, and that's okay. But I'm going to explain this from my belief system, and let's see what happens, right? Let's see if you can kind of see yourself here. So I want you to imagine, if you have this burning passion inside you, that the reason why it's inside you is because it's been given, right? The universe has found you as a vessel, and you've downloaded this passion into you, these ideas. You therefore are the keeper of this vision. You are the keeper of this vision. But that does not make you the vision itself. And when we can actually step back and embrace the role of being the keeper of the vision on behalf of something bigger than us, then we actually remove a lot of like the ego involvement of like this being a necessary part of our identity, and if we don't have it, then we're going to collapse, and we're all like super enmeshed with it, and makes it really hard to be objective, and it makes it really hard for us to actually take care of that vision in all the ways that we need to, including financially. So when we are the keeper of our vision, we are in service to it. We are in service to it. Now, I want you to think about something. I want you to think about one thing in your life that you are already feel like you're in service to, that you're doing things on behalf of, that you're taking care of and you're nourishing on behalf of. Okay, this could be your children. This could be animals. This could be a garden, right? Nurturing a garden. Okay, you're in service to. You're taking care of that garden. You're adding, fertilizer. You're watering it, planting seeds. You're pulling out the weeds. And you're doing all the things that it takes to keep that vision alive, to keep it growing. But if that, if that garden, gets out of hand, you're not so enmeshed with it that you're falling apart, that you're, wondering who to go to permission for to take care of it for you, that you're looking for someone else to step in and help you manage it. No, you're the one who is in responsibility of it. And you take on that responsibility with a sense of ownership and not so much a sense of fear. So when we get to be the keeper of our vision, that actually allows us to be less over-identified. And the other thing that we need to do is have a plan. Have a plan, a tangible plan, and take action with our money and our finances, and get practical and pragmatic about what we know about our finances and what we don't know, how confident we are about our money issues or money confidence, how we handle our money or not, and know where our potential is to grow what has not been identified yet, to invest in ideas that help us stimulate and create money flow. They may not necessarily take the form initially that you might have originally thought, but we've got to be open to our ideas, our ability to generate money-making ideas. We have to be open to the idea that we can get confident that we can get a plan, that we can make a plan, and that we can take action, and that by taking action on that plan allows us to create more financial flow and stability. Hello there, thanks for joining. Now, what stops us from making a plan oftentimes is we don't know how, right? A lot of us maybe don't know how to make a plan to make more money, or make a plan about our finances, or make a plan about getting out of debt, or make a plan about how do you both get out of debt and contribute to an investment portfolio and that helps support your business that you want to start at the same time. When we actually have people that we can work with to help us smooth those things out, to get clear, and to especially get clear on our thinking, then that goes a lot easier. But it goes back to taking responsibility. We have to. So yesterday we talked about taking responsibility. Okay. And responsibility, you're 100% responsible for everything in your life and not in your life. Divine responsibility is not full of control and is not full of self-blame. And the self-blame factor is a lot of reasons why people never work to develop a plan around their money. They're too caught up in the emotions of self-blame of what they didn't do right for years past, or the consumer debt they got themselves in, and they don't actually know or even, think that, okay, it is possible to make a plan with somebody, a financial plan with somebody who can coach them in that, in order to bring in more finances to support their vision in the future and as they go. So let me know if there's any questions about what I've raised today. I'm going to take a sip of water here. And I'll summarize once again. So being the keeper of your vision means that you take responsibility for nourishing, for nurturing it, for being in service to it. And you're going to do whatever it takes to learn, to grow, to expand your knowledge, to take action on the things that are going to help keep that vision alive, just like you would a garden. But not from a place of being over-identified where you've got the self-blame, you've got the emotions all tied up in it, but from a place of distance, right? And when we can get some distance and we can get a pragmatic plan in place, it allows us a lot of freedom and a lot of tangible action to create the finances that we need. One of the biggest things that stops us from being taking financial responsibility is actually the emotions that we get into over money, about where we are and where we want to go. And so being the keeper of your vision means you get that objectivity, you step back, and you then open yourself to being willing to really take an objective look at your finances and work with someone objectively to help you figure that out. So at the beginning, I talked about 3 essences. We have the I don't knower, the person who just kind of doesn't know or can't really seem to will themselves into thinking about how to bring about more money. Okay. Now, the tip for that kind of essence, if that's showing up in you, I don't know how to make money, I don't know how to get myself out of this situation, then the tip I have for you is be the keeper of your vision. Take responsibility for asking, how can I? How do I get to? And how can I? Right? That is your part of responsibility right there. Just those powerful, powerful questions. How can I? How do I get to? Right? Will move you past that block of, well, I don't know. Number 2, if you are a permission seeker, if you have been in the permission seeking essence of going to your partner and asking permission, please, honey, can we invest this money into my business, or can I take this program, please? That permission seeking. Okay, the tip for you, be the keeper of the vision. When we are asking someone else permission, that is not being in responsibility and ownership of our vision. We're releasing responsibility to someone else to believe in our vision as much as we do, even though they have no idea what's in your head, right? So your tip is to stand in the responsibility that you are the keeper of your vision, and that your belief in that vision and that your knowing has to come from deep within and meet your partner with not an ask of permission, but saying, honey, you're going to support this. And for a lot of highly sensitive people and empathic people, that is going to be confronting, because we are not used to asking for what we need, and we're not used to standing up for what we believe in, especially when it comes to our partners who we want to please, right? We're super huge people pleasers, and that can be really confronting. But guess what? That's going to stretch you. It's going to grow you. This is actually a really empowering way for both of you to move forward in your lives together. The third essence, if you are the won't do thater, if you're looking at one single-minded way to create money in your life, to fuel your vision, and you have other options in the meantime to, maybe it's not, maybe there's some ideas out there, there's ways to generate money that you're not 100% like passionate about, but they would fuel your main passion. Consider, being the keeper of your vision. What can I be responsible for now? What can I be in service to so that my long-term vision comes alive? What small piece is asking me to show up and like maybe work in this way or create money in this way that fuels the vision? Maybe it's not 100% what you're passionate about, but because it actually supports your bigger passion, it works together, right? And for all of these essences, what really can help is having that person to work with to make it tangible. Having a person to clarify, to ask those questions about your money beliefs, your money blocks, help you get clear on what those are, and then make a plan and expose you to a whole bunch of ideas about how you can create money flow, how you can invest, how you can make a plan that works long term. Now, I promised at the beginning of this live stream that I would offer you an opportunity, a fantastic opportunity to help you make that a reality. And so a lot of you may not know that for the past year, I've actually been involved in a wonderful project of helping train holistic financial wellness coaches. This is a program that I'm in partnership with the Women's Financial Advisors Network. The founder, Partha, is in the Bravery Lab, and we have been co-collaborating, created a year-long program where we've been training holistic financial coaches. And the opportunity today is for you to apply for free coaching from these holistic financial coaches in training. And I'm going to put a link in the comments, and you can go and fill in an application to get 6 hours of free coaching from my student coaches. And the Women's Financial Advisors Network is about holistic financial wellness coaching. So it's a program designed for women and their clients to achieve financial independence. And these beautiful women that are, almost at the end of their program, I'm going to be certifying them in just a few months. They are going to be able to help you sort out your money blocks, get a financial plan together, and really help you get clear on your finances. This is a fantastic opportunity because they are coaches in training, but you get the benefit that they are really, really talented, have been under my training and a number of experts in the field of finances and holistic energy work. And so you can really benefit from helping them achieve their coaching hours, because they all have a number of coaching hours they have to submit to get certified. But then you also benefit from the fact that you're able to help yourself create a financial plan. So I'm opening up this opportunity for a couple of days. I'm going to put the link in the comments and you can go and apply. This is for serious applicants, and you'll be able to get those 6 hours of free financial coaching. And isn't it amazing that you not only will be helping yourself, but you'll be helping these beautiful women as well fulfill their dream as well. So it's like mutual benefit. Yes, it's awesome. All right, let me know if you guys have any questions, any comments from today's presentation workshop, any resistances. Let me know if anything that I've talked about today is like jacked up your resistance, like, oh, Lindsay, I don't like what you're talking about. I love it when I love it when people actually talk about resistance, because that means that something struck you, right? If you're triggered, if you're like annoyed, or if you're all open to this, like it resonates. I love to hear it all, because it's really neat to hear when people find something that lands, and either it's triggering a perspective shift or something, right? That's what we're here for. We're here to grow. We're here to change. We're here to step outside of the status quo and move towards our dreams, manifesting our dreams. So I hope you've enjoyed today, and I will be back this week in the Bravery Lab on 5 sites and on my YouTube channel. We're going to have a lot more great stuff coming down the way in the manifested, maybe, beyond maybe to manifested month. Thank you so much for joining today, and expect more surprises. Lots coming your way. I'll drop that link. Go apply for your free financial coaching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.